What's going on, YouTube? Alright, this is 91 Firebird I'm working on. I did the intake, top plenum, bottom plenum, and the valve cover gaskets, which I'm not going to tear it all back down to show you all on how I did this. I was going to make a YouTube video on it the other day and to show y'all on how to do it for this car. Since being a 3.1 V6, 2.8s are the setup pretty much the similar. But things got in the way, so I wasn't able to make a video. But today I'm making a video on the exhaust. I took the exhaust off. The bolts weren't on there really tight. They were easy to get off, and they could have jarred themselves loose. I don't know. I'm thinking these bolts are probably 8 to 10 foot-pounds torque, but they weren't on that tight. So today I'm actually going to tighten them up. But I've already got the new exhaust gasket and stuff on there, and cleaned up the ports on the head for the exhaust side. And if you're wondering on how I did that, I just took, and after I took the exhaust off, I took the gasket out and I used some engine degreaser and some brake cleaner. I plugged these holes, plugged the holes up. I plugged my downpipe. I plugged it up with just basically shop towels, and did the tops the same exact way. And what I did to clean the gasket piece here, the mating surface, trying to get my words straight here, but I cleaned up the mating surface with 600 grit sandpaper. Okay, just some 600. And what I done was I sprayed some engine degreaser on it and some brake cleaner, non-chloride, on this pad. And I just went in there and started sanding just a little bit. Didn't sand a whole lot, just wanted to knock off the burrs and the nastiness that will keep the gasket from sealing right. I also took a razor blade and just pre-scraped the surface, and then went with the 600 grit, and then turned around and wiped it down with shop towels really good, and pulled my shop towels out of the holes. Next, with the bolts, which as you can tell I label everything because I don't want to lose nothing, and make sure everything goes back exactly the way I took it off. Now with the bolts, if you're having issues with rusted bolts like I did, and you're not sure if you really want to tackle it and afraid that the bolts are going to break in the head, just let these bolts sit overnight, all day and all night, with some WD-40 on them, and just let it sit there and soak, penetrate all day and all night. And I didn't have no issues getting them out. Like I said, they weren't in there that tight. So, and today I took the bolts out and used some WD-40 on them, sprayed them down, and used a wire wheel. Drill and a wire wheel, and cleaned up the threads on them, and took a shop towel and wiped them off really good. You can see how much rust and everything that was on that. So threads are nice and clean, and now the threads are nice and clean and back in working order again. So now, since we've already done to that and everything, now the next thing is the fun part, tightening it. Like I said, a lot of people are saying it's 8 foot-pounds, 10 foot-pounds, or whatever. I don't know what the true specs are on this, but in my opinion, being 8 foot-pounds, that's not very much. 10 foot-pounds ain't very much. Even 12 foot-pounds ain't very much. So I'm just going to tighten them to what I think the specs should be. so that way they don't back out. I'm not going to put no Loctite on these. And the reason for that is I want to get them off next time. I don't want to have to deal with Loctite. Yes, they've got blue Loctite, they've got red Loctite, and everything, but I'm not going to do no damn Loctite on these. Just not going to do it. I'm going to put, hopefully I don't mess up like I did before. Try to put this here, and daggum thing freaking press stopped on me, so I'm having to remake the video because I don't want to do part 1 and part 2 on this just yet, which I'm probably not going to. It's just going to be one full video, so hopefully that'll stay right there. Alright, so what I done was I started in the center here, went top and bottom. You want to make sure that when you tighten this exhaust up that you have this exhaust sitting flush. When it all gets bolted in, you need to make sure that it's all sits flush up against the gasket, because if you just tighten one side over here or tighten one side over here and then you come back, you can cause it to pull uneven and it's not going to set flush, and there's going to be a little bit of a gaping crack there that's going to allow it to leak. You don't want that. That can also ruin your new gasket as well, end up blowing the gasket out. So I've already just barely tightened these. I didn't even really tighten them. I just kind of just barely snugged them. Okay, I can still turn them, but just barely snug them. Now what I'm going to do, since I went here, now I'm going to come up here to this one. Okay, and I'm going to tighten. I'm not going to tighten it, but I am going to turn it by hand. For right now. Okay, just until it stops. After this one, then I'm going to come down here at the bottom. I need my ratchet here. I'm going to come down here at the bottom and snug this one up. Now these are 13 millimeter, probably for standard they're probably half. Okay, they're probably half. Okay, I'm not going to tighten that up no more. Now I'm going to come back to I'm going to come up here at the top here. See if I can turn that one by hand. Yeah, I can a little bit, but I'm going to use this one. Like I said, I'm not tightening these all the way down just yet. Okay, done that one. Come down here at the bottom. And hand tighten it a little bit. Now I'm going to come back up here to the center. But I'm going to come back down here to the bottom on this side, and I'm going to go ahead and basically do these in a circle. So since I've already done this one, the more I tighten it, the more I'll start going in a circle. So I'll go here, 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 go up here, come over here, and then come down here. Because on a lot of these GMs and Chevrolets, they are all in a circled pattern on a Titan sequence. Just helps it pull evenly, and you don't, like I say, you don't want to tighten completely down until time. This ratchet's getting, may have to put a new, buy one of these new ratchets or something. This one's starting to wear out or something. Try that. I'm gonna go ahead and pause the video and finish tightening up these. Alright, so all the bolts are somewhat tight. I haven't torqued them down yet. I'm gonna let this sit for a couple minutes to allow the gasket to take allow the gasket to kind of help seal a little bit, kind of let it get used to being pressed up against the head. I do that with all the gaskets, and for one, that also helps it to seal better, and then come back and then torque them down. Just let it sit for a couple minutes, let the gasket settle for a little bit, and then come back and torque them down. That helps the gasket to seal properly. That's with valve cover gaskets, intake gaskets, any gaskets that you may be doing. So I'll probably be making a part 2 on this this video, so I'll come back. All right, later guys.